All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to call roll just like I would if we were in the classroom. And if you are here, I will tell you that I have you marked as being present. If you know any of these other people, maybe you can help them figure out how to get on if that's the issue, or figure out what they are up to this morning. Corbin Berger, Zanaya Chapman, Taquandre Cherry, Callie or Kaylee Conklin. I have you marked present. Is it Callie or Kaylee?
Callie.
Callie. Okay. Sarah Coombs, I have you here. Jalen Coward, I have you. Michaela Dawson, I have you present. Autumn Fairbanks, do not have her. Logan Foy, Ted Frederick, Anaya Green, Hal Harris, Edwin Hernandez, Braden Hopkins, I have you. John Jones, I have you. Jaden McDougland, I do not have him. David Scott, I have you. Shakira Taft, Wilson Weber, and Autumn Whaley, I have you as well. Is there anybody that I've missed? Okay. All right, so today we're just going to kind of go through just a few kind of things that you'll need to know, kind of show you how to go through the Canvas format. We have some icebreakers and things that we were going to do, but we may wait till tomorrow, so hopefully we will have more people on. I know a lot of people were having technology issues. I could not get on Canvas this morning, so I could not get the class published, and I could not get the Zoom links up, but luckily it seems to be fixed now, so hopefully that will be the case. If you have any questions at any time, you can put them in the chat, or you can use your little emoji type things at the bottom where you can raise your hand. I think you can put a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and some other things that are some features that we will be using. All right, syllabus information, some things you need to know. If you came on open house, you probably got told these things, so it's just kind of going to be a reminder. Materials that you'll need: 3-ring binder with notebook paper, pencil and pen. A lot of that is mainly going to be when we come back in person, but you may need that as well now, so you may want to go ahead and get that. Your iPad, of course, or computer that works, your phone, whatever technology device you're going to use, and then work clothes and closed-toed shoes. Of course, that's for when we come back in person, but just so you know, so that you'll have that ready. Markers and construction paper or printer paper. That is optional, but it does help because some of your projects you'll have the option to do on paper, so you may want to do that, and so it'll be good to have that. All right, a little bit about the class. So this is Animal Science 1. Hopefully you're all in the right class. So far it seems like you are. It is livestock focused, so we focus on cows, pigs, and chickens. Some of the things that we learn about their digestive system, their anatomy system, and their external parts. We also learn about their diet and nutrition, about reproduction, how they reproduce, and then we also learn about care and maintenance of the animal. So these are kind of an overview of all the different things that you'll learn. A lot of people think that this class is going to be about dogs and cats and animals like that, and it's not. It's more livestock based. We do talk about processing, so we talk about how a cow goes from a cow to a hamburger, and sometimes that can be hard for students, but it is part of the process and part of being a farmer and being an agriculturalist. Animal Science 2, if you decide to take that, that focuses more on your dogs, cats, rabbits, so that's a little bit more common for a lot of students, but it goes over a lot of the same parts. All right, types of assignments. So you have tests that are 50%, Quizzes and participation is 25%, classwork 10%, and then projects 15%. We do a lot of projects, so they are a high portion as well. And then your test, they will not always be just, like a multiple choice test. It may be a project that you have to do, or it may be a demonstration, or maybe a presentation that you have to present. Anything like that may be counted as a test, because usually that's a bigger project that takes a lot longer. Final exam, 25% of your grade. We're going to talk a little bit more about this because this year is the first year that animal science is going through a pilot program. And so you will have an opportunity to be exempt from the final exam. And so I'll tell you more about that tomorrow and how you can make sure that you're one of those people. Animal handling and lab, there are hands-on animal interactions. So especially when we come back to school, I'm trying to get it approved, so maybe students can come out on the weekends or during the week one by one to work with animals during this 9 weeks, but that all depends. So, but when we come back on campus, we do have some animals that we'll be working with. I'll do a farm tour tomorrow so that you'll get to see all those animals. Please make sure that you're prepared at all times to go outside. You never know what's going to happen. We had several times last year that we had a pig give birth that morning. Obviously, we were not prepared for that because you cannot predict the day that that's going to happen. So we always need to make sure that we are prepared. You will be able to bring your shoes and leave them at the ag department so that if we do end up having to go out in an emergency, you have that option so that you can change shoes right there in the classroom, and then you don't get whatever shoes you wore to school dirty. Anytime we go outside or work with animals, it does count as a grade. Sometimes it can be dirty, it can be messy, and it can be smelly. So that is a difficulty of being an agriculture person. And so I try to make sure that I warn you if we're going to be getting really dirty so you can bring a change of clothes. But like I said, sometimes it does happen to where you get that job. And so I try to rotate those jobs so one person doesn't do it all the time. But that does count as a participation grade. Always follow proper animal handling procedures. We'll go over the procedures, how to properly handle those animals. Make sure that you just, you don't run after the chickens and chase them and harass them. Sometimes we do have to catch them, and that's different, but don't just harass the animals just to do it. We want to make sure we're humane about our practices. There are usually dissections in this class, so when we come back in person will be when we do those dissections. If that is an issue, please let me know beforehand so that we can plan an alternate assignment for you. I've had many students in the past that cannot stomach it, or it goes against their religion, or several other different reasons that they don't agree with or can't do the dissection. So we can make accommodations if that is an issue. But I've also had a lot of students that really like that part of the class. All right, Zoom expectations. So we're going to go over some of these expectations. We're going to start with this video real quick. Once I get the sound to work. All right, so just to reiterate some of that, these are the Craven County Zoom expectations. You probably saw these somewhere last semester. They put these out last semester, and so they're pretty much the same. Follow all of the expectations shared by your teacher in school. Know how to get into Zoom. If you have a technical problem, please email your teacher directly. Keep your microphone muted unless it's your turn to speak. You can use the chat feature to let your teacher know if you have a question. If the teacher acknowledges you, unmute yourself, ask your question, and then when the conversation is finished, mute yourself again. Your teacher can turn your mic and camera off at any time during the session. So yes, please just make sure that you are muted. I think I have it set to automatically mute you, but just in case I don't, please make sure you're muted. We've had several staff meetings where we hear all kinds of conversations and different things going on because they don't mute themselves, and so we don't want that to be happening. Find a place in your home that is free of distractions. Be aware of what's in your background when on camera. If you have a smaller sibling that likes to run around naked or something, I prefer not to see that. So please make sure that you're aware of that. Try not to be in your bedroom, especially when your camera's on. Just make sure you're dressed appropriately when you're on camera. Just like if you were in school, we want you dressed appropriately. And just make sure that your surroundings are appropriate. Your work ethic, so make sure your comments and questions are related to the topic. Obviously, I'm a teacher and I want to get to know you all. A lot of you I don't know, so I want to get to know you. So we are going to have some conversations that are off topic. We may just talk about life or sports or whatever's going on. It may not be directly related to animal science. And so that's okay. But whenever we are talking about animal science and the content, please make sure we stay on topic. Pay attention and take good notes. Be prepared. Complete your assignments before the meeting as assigned. Write down any questions you need to ask your teacher about them. So anything that needs to be done before a Zoom, please make sure that you get that done. We'll talk about due dates and all of that in just a minute. But if there is something that you need to have done for a certain class period, please try to do that. Integrity, be respectful of the person who's talking. Comments, questions, and behavior need to be school appropriate. No playing, using inappropriate language or gestures. Use the Zoom only during your required and allowed meeting times. This is not a place for social meetings with friends. Thank your teacher and classmates at the end of the session. Please email your teacher to share any concerns. And then finally at the bottom, misconduct during Zoom sessions will be reported to your parents and administrators. Continued inappropriate behavior may prevent you from participating in any future sessions. So just like school, just please make sure you're being appropriate. Make sure you're being respectful. I want this to be interactive. I don't want it to be me sitting here talking at you the whole time because that's not fun. I know this is a different environment than what we're used to, but we still want to make it as close to the classroom as we can. I still want y'all to get to know each other. I want to hear your opinions. I want to have those conversations with you and be able to participate in those discussions. And so as long as we can do that appropriately, then we'll be good. All right, attendance policy. So attendance will be taken on Zoom. You saw when you got on that you put your name in. And as long as your name is your Zoom name, then I'll be able to tell it to you each day. And so I marked you present. It is highly encouraged that you join the Zoom lesson so that you can have the direct instruction and be more successful in this class. I do find that some of the curriculum, if you're not accustomed to it, if you don't know animals, it can be difficult. And so making sure that you sign in, making sure that you're on the live Zoom so you can ask questions, that's going to be the easiest way to be successful. If you cannot join the Zoom for whatever reason, maybe your internet's not working, maybe you can't get to a good internet source that day, or it's raining. A lot of people, I know at my house when it's raining, I cannot get good internet. So for whatever reason, if you have to watch your younger sibling or help them or something, and you cannot join, please contact me so we can discuss it, so that I know what's going on and why you're not joining the Zooms. If you cannot join the Zoom, then how will you get attendance taken? Well, it will be taken based on the completion of work. So for the example down here, if you don't join the Zooms on Monday and Tuesday, but you join Thursday, Friday, well, for Monday and Tuesday, I'll go back at the end of the week and I will check your work to see if it's completed. As long as your work for those days is completed, then I will mark you present. If your work is not completed, and that means all of the work, not just one of the 3 assignments or 1 out of 2 assignments, all your work has to be completed, and then I'll be able to mark you present. If it is not, then I'll mark you absent. And so your attendance policy still remains just like it would be if we're in school, that you can't have above 10 unexcused absences. So please make sure you're aware of that and taking that into effect. Office hours, so I will have office hours in case you need to contact me for tutoring or extra help. If you just want to get on and talk about something, about life. I'm a great counselor as well as teacher. So anything that you need, if you need help with anything, you can contact me during these times. If you see on your Canvas page that we'll look at in just a minute, there will be a button called Office Hours. So you'll click that and you will be able to log on from there. So office hours for your class, second period, will be 10:05 to 10:45, which is usually going to be the time that you will have individual instruction. So that's when you're working on your own. So if you have a question about something, we can hop on Zoom, or you can email me or contact me and remind any of those. All right, Howdy visits. This is your opportunity for extra credit. If you sign up for a Howdy visit within the first 2 weeks of school, you get 5 points extra credit. So what is a Howdy visit? A Howdy visit is a time for me to get to know you individually. So be ready to share some stuff about yourself, what you enjoy, your extracurriculars, what you're involved in, what you're excited about for this class or maybe a different class, maybe who your hero is, anything that you want me to know. These visits don't last very long, maybe 5 minutes, just something so that I can get to know you a little bit better and see how I can better teach you and help you. You can do this individually, or you could sign up together in pairs of 2. So if you have a friend in this class, or maybe in my 4th period animal science, you can sign up together and do your Howdy visit together if you're a little bit shy and don't want to be there by yourself. So you sign up using the office hour times, just like you would if you wanted office hours, and then I'll email you a Zoom link so that we will do it over Zoom. So if there's 2 of you, obviously you both would just join in Zoom. All right, are there any questions so far that I can answer? All right, we're going to do a quick look at your Canvas tour, and I'm going to show you kind of what you need to complete for today. Obviously, we're just getting started, so it's not going to be a ton of work. I want you to get used to Canvas and get used to the setup first. I also encourage you to use the web browser on your iPads if you're on your iPad instead of the app, just because it usually looks a little bit cleaner, but it should work the exact same way on the app as well. All right, so in your Canvas, let's see, it should look like this. So when you go to your home page, this should be what you see. You have your excuse me, daily schedule and weekly schedule. Obviously, hopefully you've seen that Wednesday is independent learning, so we will not offer the live Zooms. So all your stuff would just be posted online for you to complete. And if you were to have questions, I should be able to answer emails at least, so make sure that you email me. All right, then down here you have a few different buttons. So this is your weekly playlist. You'll click here each week for your playlist. This is where you click for office hours, technology help, sign up for the Remind. Please make sure that you do that, and your parents as well. Your student and parent info sheet, and then this button will just have a little bit of information about me. Down here, you'll see the Wes Craven FFA button. You'll learn a little bit more about FFA throughout this next couple weeks, and so you can get information about the FFA chapter there. So when you click weekly playlist, you should see this. It's very clean, very easy to get to. So this would be week 1, so you click week 1. This is where you'll find the Zoom link for your class. It'll be the same each week, so I'll just be pasting it in the playlist, and you can just click it to get to the meeting. All right, then you'll go down and you'll see all the days. I have to add in Fridays today, so it'll be complete by this afternoon. But then it'll tell you exactly what to do. So go through the first day PowerPoint. That's what we just went through together, so you don't have to do that. Explore Canvas and get familiar with it. So make sure you look at Canvas, especially if you've never used it. Make sure that you kind of look at it and see if you have any questions. So sign up for the Remind. So if you click this, it takes you straight to the page where you put in the information. And then to go back to the home page, you would go here. I'll also add a button to that so that it'll take you straight back to the playlist. So that will be a little bit easier. The next one, number 4, fill out the student parent info sheet. So you'll go to that site or click that link, and it'll have a link for a Google form. You'll fill that out. It's got like maybe 5 or 6 questions. It's pretty easy. And then lastly, you'll go to the question and answer announcement section. So this is where you'll be able to press reply and ask any questions that you may have. I know this is very new and confusing for everyone. There's a lot going on, a lot of information being thrown at you today. So if you have a question, or hopefully you have at least one question that I can clarify, the whole class probably has that question. So go ahead and write that question here, and then I will reply to it, and then everybody will be able to see all the questions. So for your last task today, it'll be to go here, try to think of at least one question to ask, and put that here. Just kind of an overview so you can see what we're doing the next couple of days. And of course, yeah, as we get through, you're able to work ahead if you need to for some reason. If you decide you have to do all of it in one day because of your internet or something like that, you'll be able to have that option. But as we go ahead in the schedule, tomorrow we're going to talk about how to submit assignments. Please do not email assignments to me. It overcrowds my email, and then I end up not being able to find it when I need to grade it. So I'll make sure that I show you exactly how to submit those assignments, and if you have an issue, then we can meet so that we can fix that together. Complete the About Me assignment. So tomorrow I'm going to tell you a little bit more about me, and then you can complete the About Me assignment so that I can learn a little bit more about you. And then you'll have an exit ticket that you will submit. Just like we're in class, sometimes you have exit tickets there, so you'll have that as well. All right, are there any questions that anybody has that I can answer? You can put them in the chat, or you can unmute yourself and ask. Is anybody confused on where to go, how to access anything? I will be posting my whole syllabus on the Canvas, but it is also accessible through my teacher website, through Wes Craven School website. You go to staff, go to my name, and then your class, and you'll be able to see the syllabus there. Any questions? All right, well, if you have anything, I'll be available for the next, until 3rd period, so be sure to hop on and ask me, and make sure that you complete your assignments for today. and be ready to be a little bit more engaging tomorrow. Hoping that I can maybe see some of your faces and we'll actually be able to start having some discussions and conversations. We want to make sure that we make this class as active as we can. I don't want it to be boring and just me talking. So I'll be giving you some more opportunities to do that tomorrow. All right, well, unless you have any questions, you can go ahead and log off and complete your assignments for today.